Hey everybody, welcome back to the binge. Yeah, you guys just gotta slow it down. Woo! Fine. Professionalism.
No. What's the point of... I really think we're missing an opportunity here. Like, this is what people would rather open to than us being like, hey, how was Alabama rest? No, they want us open to ridiculousness that he's talking about.
That's true.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Listen, I'm going to take all this and cut it up. We'll put it at the front.
Welcome to another podcast.
Yeah, let Caleb introduce.
What up, folks? Welcome back to Bingeworthy. Week 3. Here we go.
Week four.
Week four.
How's Chris Comstock? Take it away.
Just give me a week. Throw a week out there. We'll do that week. All right.
By this time, do we have Aiden's theme song bringing us in?
Oh.
I dropped the ball on that. I do apologize.
He's got to practice changing those chords, and then we can get it.
Yeah, I told him I have to practice it. Let's shoot for March.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's
So not
shoot
this
for March
episode.
1. Yeah.
I want to acknowledge it when we do. You know.
Woo. That's good.
It's good.
You guys know what we're talking about, right?
Let's do it.
I
Let's
don't
do
know
it.
either. All right. Jeez. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the...
Just the second time.
I can feel y'all just staring at me.
I'm doing it on purpose.
Uncomfortable.
The Bingeworthy podcast,
Bingeworthy
brought to
podcast.
you by the Jonas Brothers.
Hey.
Hey-o.
Burn it up for you, baby.
Yeah, that's a
That
song.
was nice.
That's a song. That's a Jonas Brothers song.
Oh, JB song?
Yeah.
All right. Joe Bose.
I just blew my mind. Jonas Brothers, JB.
Johnny Burkhalter.
Did it be?
Let's go.
That just blew my mind.
Happened.
Yeah.
You're in.
I'm in.
You're an official Jonas Brothers.
He wasn't, and it was good. So,
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to episode 4 of the Bingeworthy podcast. I'm your host, Chris Comstock, alongside
Episode 4.
my friend.
Caleb Campbell,
No, this is it.
Dustin Pete.
We're in now.
Johnny,
And
not
Johnny
Jonas
B.
Burkhalter.
Tell them how many times this is.
This is take 17,
Yep.
I feel like, of this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're just going to go with it now at this point.
I
Doesn't matter.
agree.
So
love
welcome, Caleb, Dustin, Johnny, Chris. Glad you're here.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, hey, big week. This week is so big that we decided to pre-record it. So we are filming the same day as we filmed episode 3. So not much has happened in the last hour outside of a big Waffle House lunch.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys went to Waffle House?
We did. Yeah.
We did.
We did.
How did I miss
yeah.
that we went to Waffle House? We just talked about Waffle House
Yeah.
however many weeks ago.
We did.
And you guys went
We went.
and didn't invite
did.
me.
We
You
invited
did
you.
invite me.
We did invite
Yeah,
you.
we did. Yeah.
I didn't
And
realize
you
it was Waffle
said-
You
House.
turned us
Yeah.
down.
And you said I got better things to do.
Work.
Here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy about this Waffle House move that we just did. One, fun fact, in Douglasville, Georgia, they don't do all you can eat. That's only in...
Never heard of that anyway.
Yeah, it was in...
I mean, I've
talked
heard of
about
him.
it,
right.
Like, I'm just saying, I've never.
Missouri and Oklahoma is
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you want to be.
Just yeah.
Very sad about that because I really could have
Very
gone
sad.
to all you can eat today. Secondly, we tried to move that got rejected today on a Waffle House
We did.
sandwich,
Yeah.
which I learned about
Yeah.
today.
Also didn't know about it. What's it called?
It's like the TikTok,
TikTok.
sandwich or something. You know,
Yeah.
I've not even seen it. Maybe we can find
pull
it.
it up real
But
quick.
essentially,
The way
I
he was
guess it's
describing it sounded
it's
amazing.
Yeah, so like a waffle sandwich, and I think the patty melt is in between the two waffles with a bunch of other things. But you have to order a la carte, so the total ends
Holy
up being
cow,
like
look at that thing.
a $20 sandwich. Look at that
Oh
though!
my gosh!
Wow,
But Chris, you pay for lunch on podcast days, right?
I mean.
I'm going to hit it on my way home.
I did.
That's
try
amazing.
again.
It's a $20 sandwich because it's all again a la carte.
That
But
So-
look at that.
Looks
So that's
amazing.
that's two
That's like
waffles.
the Mona Lisa.
I'm a little confused because it
breakfast
looks
sandwiches.
similar to what I just ate.
I think the difference between what you just ate and that is 2 waffles.
Yeah.
You had bread, which is so boring. I would go.
Is there hash browns in here?
I don't think there's hash browns. It looks like there's definitely the cheesesteak stuff.
Yeah.
Bacon, cheese, maybe. I don't. Is there not like a menu that you can?
I feel you could order the All Star plus an extra waffle and make your own.
Man, look at these
Am I wrong?
signs. Look at these
Well, I think
signs.
the only thing is the meat. I think because he got
Oh,
that
yes.
cheesesteak meat.
Yes,
Look at
cheesesteak
this.
meat.
This was got to be so big that this Waffle House
Wow.
had to put up a sign. It says, order from the menu. Actually, first it says, read me.
Read
order
me.
from the menu. We are not, bold underscore, making nothing you've seen on TikTok.
In case you didn't know what that meant.
That's a
Wow.
double negative.
But
So
just
they
in
are
case-
making it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they are going to make it, but they clarified
Just walk right
in
into that one.
quotations there. No,
No
waffle,
sandwiches. Now, here's the thing.
okay.
If I order 2 waffles,
Yeah.
some meat, some eggs, some cheese,
Do it.
what's to keep me from doing this at my table?
I don't think anything. I think what the move you'd want to make is order exactly what you get now.
Right.
Except,
Which is
hey,
the
instead of
Texas
putting that on
cheesesteak.
bread, can you
I'll
toss
say
that on
no.
2 waffles?
I don't know. I'll just say no bread, and then order 2 waffles.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
That's a
But
move.
I wonder though if that final press on the grill is what really
Oh, it is.
just does it. You know what I mean?
I'm sure it helps. but how, like, I don't
Can
know.
we talk about this picture for a second? So this is really bothering me.
It is.
It's on like the table.
No,
It's
that's on the griddle, bro.
That's the grill.
That's the grill.
That's on the grill.
Or it could be the
that's on
floor.
the grill.
It could be the floor.
Definitely.
Who knows
Or
what
Waffle
Waffle House
House
actually
grill.
cooks?
This is the grill. Look, that's
you
the
sure?
grill.
Ab-
Yes, look
100%.
at the back of it. That's the
100%.
grill.
No, that looks like
Yeah.
just a back, like a backsplash. That's
Do you know what a grill looks like?
It's the grill.
hold on. It started as a
Depends on if it's
pregnancy
in
craving.
Kansas City. Or
Pregnant. Wow.
A viral off-menu Waffle House sandwich that started as a pregnancy craving.
I could see that.
Wow.
I have a lot of
I have a lot of pregnancy cravings. Yeah,
Must be
Yeah.
pregnant.
Well.
I get it.
Anyways, all right. Well, if you know of a Waffle House that gets one, drop it in the comments. I'd love to go order one, and they would not
Yeah.
make it when
Who's
we went
still
today.
doing the TikTok?
It wouldn't.
Yeah.
I do love that
I'm just
we
gonna
start
order.
every episode with food, which is great.
Well,
We don't try to. It's
yeah,
just. I mean,
it's just
you
in our
know.
DNA.
Exactly.
It's who we are as people.
It's in our dinner.
I think by this point the show comes out, I will have finished Jack Reacher. Really incredible ending. Wow, just really shocked.
Wow.
You didn't see that twist coming, did you?
Didn't
I
see
tried
it.
to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, just really humbled by it, and and I don't know. I don't know what else I'll be watching at this point. I'm trying to think of what's on my watch list right now, but I can't. I'm drawing a total blank.
I'm still making my way through the superfan episodes of The Office.
Yeah, so good.
I am, as of recording this right now, I'm just at the point where Jim finally asks out Pam on a date.
Oh my gosh, that moment! I cry every
So I
time.
think it's end of,
Tear up
it's end
every
of
time.
season 3 and then into the beginning of season 4 is where I'm at right now.
I cry. I mean, every time Jim opens up that door
Yeah.
and says, "What are you doing tonight?" Nothing.
Yeah.
You want to go to dinner? Yeah.
Yeah, my
That's
wife
the
saw
thing.
me watching it, and I had my AirPods on, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Take your AirPods off." She wanted to watch it. She goes,
Wow.
It's
came
so
over to
good.
watch
though.
it. Yeah, that's
So
great.
good. That episode is so good. The engagement episode is so good, and the wedding episode is so good. That whole show is
good
good.
time.
What a saga. You know?
We're in the
One of,
middle.
the, one of the best episodes ever, or one of the best relationship ever on TV.
You guys know I don't watch shows clearly, but
yeah.
but we
In
try to watch
03
a
what was
movie
the
at least
show in
like once a
03?
month. No, so we started The People I Hate at the Wedding or The People We Hate at the Wedding, something like that. It's on
Oh, yeah.
Amazon Prime.
All right.
Kristen Bell and
Okay.
Ben Platt of Dear Evan Hansen fame.
Love
Greatest
it.
music
Dear
of all
Evan
time.
Hansen. Whoop,
Come
whoop.
on, baby.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Not going to recommend it or not at this point, not knowing who
Okay.
ell's
Yeah,
tuning in and what they
Yeah.
want to watch or don't. But it's
Yeah.
an interesting movie.
At this point, I'm probably binge watching Bluey
Nice.
because of my kids. But Bluey is sneaky good. If
Yeah.
you've never watched Bluey, I mean, if you don't
Oh,
have
Bluey. Crazy
smaller-
talented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Crazy talented.
Crazy
So
talented.
the unicorn episode where the puppet, where the dad,
Come on.
it's
on, somebody.
comedic gold. Truly is. So if you got small kids,
You said Bluey. I was thinking Blippy.
oh Blippy,
Equally. Yeah, it's okay. All right. I see what you're
I got problems with Blippy.
I see where you're at. The Wiggles.
That's an intense sandwich. That's not the one though.
Yeah.
No, that's an at-home version.
Oh. Okay.
That looks like cheese. Oh, that's like the meat and cheese, eggs, bacon,
Ooh.
and a waffle.
I'm not gonna lie. The
Says my little
the-
sister cooks this for me every day.
it's
This
not the
was
same.
What?
this was shortly after his funeral. He posted this.
Okay. I'm going to reserve.
I tell you, the best move of the whole 15-second TikTok is that lollipop root beer at the end. Have y'all ever had lollipop?
Is it good?
No.
I haven't. I'm a big root beer fan.
Dude, it is great. Look at that.
Lollipop root beer.
Yeah, the lollipop soda brand in general is fantastic.
Really?
There's no fake stuff in it. But my goodness.
That could
Root
feed
beer,
all
that's
of
your
us,
move.
and I
Your
would
waffle.
eat the
I
whole
love.
thing.
Yeah,
I
I'll
love.
take a quarter of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, any
Wow.
breakfast.
You know, I
anytime
provided
eat
breakfast
I
today.
do.
Next time, I think maybe someone show up with this would be nice. That's
I
all I'm
think it'd
saying.
be a good
That's
idea.
all I'm saying.
That's all I'm
We
saying.
take
Just a thought.
four waffles each of us eat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
each
That right
quarter.
there. That last part right there. That last little clip. If I can get to it, I'll just stop on it again.
Yeah.
It would probably
Right
cost.
there.
Us,
Oh.
it probably cost the same to make as you spent this morning. So,
That's 100% true because I
That's
spent
probably true.
$25 on those biscuits.
yeah.
Wow.
Proud
That looks
of you, man.
amazing. Can
You
that
did
just,
good
can
work.
that be the clip on you, the title? What is it? The thumbnail?
Oh, the
$25
thumbnail
on
for it?
biscuits.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. All
Anywho.
right.
Add it to
Well,
one of your
Love
lists.
it.
What's our?
yeah, I'm
sorry.
excited.
Oh, hey, Chris. How are you today?
I love some food. Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome
What are
back.
we doing?
Yeah, happy to be here. Hey, listen, this is crazy.
Second
We've been
time.
doing this for a month together,
Yeah.
and I feel we had some highlights. We've shouted out some really fun things. Now, today, we get to the real meat of why we're here.
Yeah.
Air trips.
Air
Air
trips.
trips.
We all love travel. All of us have
trips.
traveled a good amount in our careers and our lives, and so I feel like we're gonna have some fun. So let's
Let's
start off
do
with the question.
Let's do it.
No, we got to start off with why we're calling this thing air trips.
Oh, okay. All right, you want to dig right in?
Because that is funny. Am I the only one that finds that funny?
I love it.
Like
trips.
tripping
That's
over air.
hilarious.
So there are road trips,
Yep.
which was our last
yeah.
episode,
Right?
Yep.
and then they said no, we want to do one on air travel too.
Okay.
And then he goes, but when the text came through, it was episode 3 road trips, because I'm making the graphics right. Episode 4 air trips.
Yeah.
And I go, what's an air trip?
Yeah. It's
I
where
don't
you get
know.
on a plane and go.
You take a trip through the air.
Yeah.
Through the air.
I've always heard it referred to as air travel.
Sure. Normal.
Or flights.
I was going for some similarity.
Jetster.
I was going for food, weddings, road trips,
And
air trips.
It made us laugh so hard. We're like, no, we got to keep air trips
Air
at this
trips.
point. So that's
in.
why
I
this
like it.
episode is called Air Trips.
Air
Because if
trips.
you're wondering,
Love it.
if you tuned into this
I was
thinking
wondering
that
if
we
it
were
was
going
a
to talk
new
about drugs for an hour and a half,
Apple thing or
I mean, that is another episode. For
Episode
the day.
5. I'm kidding. It's not.
I love a good air trip.
Yeah.
Air trips. Talking about
Band name called it.
planes. Talking about plane travel. Not like plane, like just boring travel, but like plane travel.
Yeah.
So let's talk about planes. Who has an airline they swear by? Do you
Delta done.
I have
Delta?
if I can afford it, it's hard to beat Delta. But
That's right.
let's be honest, I can't. So it's Southwest.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do not like the Southwest boarding process. I'm with Dusty Slay on this. I do not like it.
A lot of anxiety.
It is a lot of anxiety. Is a lot of. It's why I'm at my age. I don't buy general admission concert tickets anymore. You know what I mean? You know this, right?
Yeah.
General admission concert tickets means I have to get there 3 hours before the doors open, which the doors open 3 hours before the show, and that's 6 hours of me just trying to get a decent spot to watch the thing.
Yeah.
When I could have just bought section 1, row 8, seat 4 and 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
true.
that's what I do now.
Yeah.
Same thing with Southwest. I do love Southwest customer service. I do think it's hard to beat. I do think it outdoes Delta. American Airlines should stop.
Is Southwest still in business after their November
American
fiasco?
They gave out
Airlines.
a lot of money. Cost
American
check.
Airlines should stop. Just stop trying.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Agree.
You can't. They can't take one air trip without losing somebody's luggage. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It does
The
not
Eagle
happen.
has landed.
The Eagle
Yeah.
landed
Are they
with
Eagles?
the
Right?
Eagle landed without your luggage. That's what
I think
happens.
our brand is Eagle.
I like it.
And Spirit is held together by duct tape and hope.
Yeah.
So-
I normally
It's a
fly
great high
private.
school learn to fly
Fly-
program.
You know,
John said I normally fly.
normally fly private. But
too.
no, I'm a big fan. Being from Atlanta, I'm an Atlanta, born and raised. Delta.
Absolutely.
I got to say loyal.
Come on, baby. Come on.
To Delta. Delta's.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you get a newer plane, right? Like that's just up to speed, up to date. Like it's hard to beat Delta. I'm gonna go Delta.
I'm a Southwester, and I'll tell you why. I understand the boarding process. I think when I get to the point where I don't have small children anymore, I'll probably convert to like a Delta. I'll probably convert up. Price point wise doesn't really matter to me, but like Southwest is just easier. Yeah.
He goes,
Can't
I
have
don't even
money.
care.
Yeah,
Just light it on fire for all
And
I
there's a
care.
reason why I'm hosting the show. So
Can't have money. You can't have it.
But Southwest, I have 3. Well, now I only have 1 small child that fits in their regulations because they changed it. You have to have a kid under the age of 6 in order to board after the A class. So I don't even have to
Really?
check in on Southwest anymore. I just walk into the airport. I
Like
get
the
my boarding
president.
pass.
You're one of those.
I walk
Like
onto
what
the
Barack
plane after the
Obama
A class.
just
Yeah, and
walking
I don't
on.
care.
I like
and
it.
I know they're all looking at me. I know B1. I know you. You're looking at me going, you jerk. Because you're probably C74. I'm going, yeah, I am.
Probably.
I actually asked him to turn the monitor around
So you can show
so that when I scan and it says the last person that checked in, they go,
That's you.
dang, gummit. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
have a baby. Yeah.
true.
It's either that or get a wheelchair. Your choice.
So the thing with
Wow.
Delta, because we got, come on, we got to give credit where credit is due. Now I'll say this: now that I don't fly as much, I may lose this, but if you fly on them regularly, Delta takes care of you.
That's what
right?
I hear.
The other nice thing
The
is
rich treat the rich.
because we're based
must be
in
Republican.
We're
I'm just
based in
kidding.
Atlanta. Delta's like nonstop everywhere in the universe.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, you're
between yeah,
I love a good nonstop.
Yeah.
true.
Listen,
They're good.
layovers. I feel like that is
No, that's a
Thing
young
of the
man.
past.
that
That's
should
a
be the
young
name
man's
of
game.
a horror film.
That's
That's
like
a young
layover.
man's game.
layovers are the commercials of old.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to watch them anymore when it's streamed
No.
through.
are the
Yeah, yeah.
commercials. Okay, I'm,
Do you remember what commercials
Do
are?
you remember
I've heard
commercials?
of
Yeah,
heard of
There are
those.
just some
Heard of
trips
You
that
might
are
still watch
impossible.
commercials. I really
you
don't know. It's
Yeah.
could be why you don't binge.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is the only time I watch
Wow.
commercials.
Did you guys see those Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah, no
Were
spoilers.
they great or
no
what?
no
Insane,
Super
am I
Bowl
right?
spoilers.
My favorite
no
one
Super
was
Bowl
the-
spoilers.
Yeah,
when
oh,
that
yeah,
one
yeah,
guy
yeah.
went, and they ended it with a,
Yeah, can you believe
Yeah.
about
That's
that
pretty good face,
Gronkowski
actually.
kick? How
But I think
crazy!
you're lower than
Wow.
you were last time I looked at you. Just a thought.
Wow.
Gronkowski's kick. Did you
And
see
then,
that?
Oh, yeah, when he
commercial?
came out of the
and then-
tunnel?
And then
Unbelievable.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson just interrupted and bought the whole
What?
NFL. That
Oh,
was
man.
crazy. What a
He's
halftime
insane.
show.
Insane. Ric
Yeah.
Flair showed up.
Yeah,
Ric Flair.
Wow. Okay, Hulk Hogan ripped
What a
his shirt.
halftime show.
It was a good
Flair.
time. This episode is about
Ric
the
Flair.
WWF.
Yes.
World.
Whoa.
That's loud.
The Whoa Wow Why Featherweight then.
All right, so let me. since
We
we opened
support
this
all
door,
viewers.
let me walk
and
through
all.
it.
Here we go.
So when I was 8 or 9 years old, I sang a song.
When you were 89?
8 or 9.
Got it.
I can't remember when. I was in a quartet with my brother and my 2 older sisters.
Sure.
We were.
Sure, here comes trouble.
Here we go. Here comes trouble. Yeah. So we
I'm
we sang this song called "This World." That's the name of the song. The name of the song is this. It goes like this world. It's a good song. All right.
And you'll sing it in 3.
I cannot. I'm not gonna
I'm
sing.
just picturing you going boom, 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 boom.
We got bow ties on. We were
boom, boom,
snapping our
boom, boom.
fingers. Yeah.
That's
The
all right.
problem
I'm back.
is-
We had you. I don't
We
know
had-
why you didn't say
So
just.
I didn't. The problem is I could not say the word world.
Hang on. We should do that more often.
I agree.
Yeah.
That felt
And
right.
so
You couldn't say world?
instead of this
World.
world.
This
Instead
world.
of this world, I said this world.
This wall.
This world.
It's not funny to anyone
this
out there who
world.
can't say it. It's just funny that Chris said it
It's
that
just
way.
funny
to
that
be
I
fair.
could not. My sister would not let. So I just sit in her room, and just say world, 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 so that when I got up there and sang, it could be this world and not this world.
Wow.
That was my life.
Wow.
Anyways,
She goes, I don't care how many syllables you have to make it. You're going to get that RL in
you're
there.
gonna get that RL. You're gonna make it world, but you're not gonna sing this
You
chorus.
can stand up there with
Whoa,
us.
roll.
Yeah.
Anyway. One syllable turned
All
into
right.
3 syllables.
As
So-
we said, boom, 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 boom.
There we go. Here we go. All
boom,
right.
boom,
Boom, chicka.
How many miles do you think are flown annually? I was way off on this last one because I didn't understand what a mile was. So I'm gonna go first because I'm not gonna lose again.
5,207 feet.
I'm gonna say 6 trillion miles are flown every year. 'Cause
Wow.
I felt like I got undercut last time. I did not appreciate it.
I need to know before I put in my bid, are we playing Price is Right or Bingeworthy rules?
And are we playing U.S. or international?
Oof. Whatever you.
It's your game. Double C. Come on.
Whatever
Which one
you
did you
have
look up?
pulled is what.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go 15 trillion in the U.S.
Wow.
I'm going to go $1, Bob.
$1.
Oh, so we are doing Price
I
is
don't
Right.
know. I'm going to go with 1 trillion. I feel like people are driving more than they're flying. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
you're right. My guess was terrible, but I'm gonna stick with it.
I don't
15
know.
trillion.
Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe they're flying more. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm gonna go 1 trillion because I know it's gonna be less. I think it'll be less than the number we discovered for road trips. I think air trips are gonna be a little less.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
We're finding this out right now.
I don't know how to read this.
That's per billion.
Is it in billions?
Yeah.
So the last time I guess they did this was in 2019, and it was 762 billion
Wow.
miles
That
So
was
Jimmy
way off.
US.
was right.
in the
just
U.S.
the US.
And just
But,
the
but
U.S.
significantly less than the miles from last week for all of our
Yes,
listeners.
from the road trips. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
It was-
I'm on a hot streak.
Yeah, it's just
I
goes to
cannot
show
be
you the
stopped.
average American can afford to drive their car across the country,
Yeah.
but they can't afford the
Well, you got
flight.
to think, we had mentioned, with kids, it's a game changer because there's more
Oh,
people
yeah.
traveling.
I have to
So
buy more than one air trip ticket.
I'm getting the car.
Road trip ticket.
Forget
Yeah,
it.
we're driving.
What's the most
Yeah.
miles you've flown in a year?
In a year? I never kept up with
I
that.
don't even know how to track that.
If you flew Delta, they have an app. It's pretty great.
There you go.
Do they
See,
really?
Shout out.
Heard about that
Delta.
one.
Shout out Delta.
Shout out Delta.
Yeah.
And an
Shout
app.
'em
Can
out.
you believe it?
An app.
2023, an app.
An app.
Wow.
This
Apps.
chair is bugging me.
Were you at 10 last episode?
I'm gonna be at 10 here in about 10 more minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, what's that Waffle House? Sitting a little heavy.
Yeah, the Waffle House is just sinking me
Sitting a
down.
little heavier.
It's very symbolic of the way I feel inside right now.
I love it. Yeah, so 762 billion miles per year in the U.S. allegedly
That's
as of
as of
2019.
As of 2019, yeah.
So maybe closer to 6 billion by now. We'll see.
That's, 6
Where,
billion?
where are people flying to? You think people are just flying on vacation?
What do you say?
What?
We've lost Dustin.
I go, he goes 2019, 762 billion.
What y'all
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
see is
He
he's,
goes,
he's
so
still
by-
looking
he
at the
goes- he
Waffle
goes-
House
he
sandwich.
goes,
No, I'm
so
kidding.
by
Stop.
now, it's up to 6 billion.
6 trillion.
I know you said billion.
Oh, did I say billion? Roll it back. Let's throw the red flag out. I'm not sure. It could have been.
God, I need that red flag in my life because I gotta go. No, this is what you said.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I said trillion because that's what I said trillion. I don't know, whatever. All right,
So
whatever.
you think
Exactly.
just to be clear, you think it went from 762
Yeah.
billion
Yeah.
to 6 trillion
Yep. In 3 years, 4 years
in
time.
3-4 years?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. People got tired of being
100%.
cooped up in their house, man. They all went to Cancun or went overseas, did their international
Cancun
travel.
wouldn't be U.S. travel.
They could have flown from the. I'm assuming they're pivoting like from the. Or this is just like state to state.
It's a great question. This is U.S. air traffic.
I feel like we didn't know the rules.
I said U.S. I'm not like, so if you
Today's
leave from the
Chris
US,
Comstock
then
geography
you
moment
look it up.
brought to you
Look it
by.
up.
I don't know
Are
what
we
the
boring
US
you?
is.
No,
What is
it's
the
a
US?
carb coma. It's that carb coma is hitting
boring
me
him. He's over here.
like a wrecking
Are
ball.
you sleeping over here?
If
Well, we gotta get right into your stories.
if
Gotta
Miley
keep
Cyrus
you-
was a waffle, I'm the wrecking ball. You know what I
Quick.
mean?
Okay.
Quick, let's make it about
wreck-
the 7 before he falls asleep on us.
Let's
love
have,
it.
hey,
I think there's more business travel
you think
than
so?
vacation travel.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
See,
And as a former business traveling snob, man, we do not like the vacation travelers.
I
sure
believe
you
it.
don't. Sure you don't. They should have their own separate
like, yeah,
class.
like, put 'em back with the
business
pets or something.
class, maybe.
The pets.
You know
He
what
said
I'm
go
saying? I mean,
underneath
it's
the
just a thought.
plane.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you're,
it
if you're
doesn't deserve to be
vacationing,
here.
pack yourself in your own luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put yourself under the plane. Let us have the
climb
plane.
under the
Save us-
plane.
Save us all the trouble.
All of you,
Yeah.
All of
like jumping in line to check
yeah.
in. 'Cause
Stop
you
wearing
gotta
your dumb
think-
Hawaiian
To be clear, I'm one
shirts.
of those people now.
Wait,
but
wait
still.
a second.
Y'all are just mad that they're going on vacation.
Let's not throw shade on a good Hawaiian
there's some
shirt.
truth
there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's
Listen,
what you took
where
out of
else
this
can you
moment.
wear an Hawaiian shirt? You know, I love wearing Hawaiian shirts to Disney because then people think you work there. You know what I mean? And they ask you all
I've
the
never
que-
been to Disney.
Sir, where's the
They
restroom?
think
And then
you're
you
a
can
cast member.
And you want them to ask you all
just
the questions?
yeah, because then you can point them in whatever direction you want,
Sure.
and
That's
they
true.
believe you.
That's a good
Where's the
point.
bathroom? It's
That's
over
a
there.
good point.
It's over there.
You
and
do-
it probably is eventually.
You
10 steps that
smile
way, turn to the
enough.
right.
Johnny, but you smile enough to be a Disney employee. I just want you to know.
You know, fun fact.
Smiling's his favorite.
I tried out. I auditioned to be Aladdin. This is
Yeah.
before
Why
I.
you told me this?
But my hair it's some color right now. But
odd
before
color.
I started turning all these colors and before I was bleaching it, I was dark haired and dangerous, and so I was living.
Bannon
in-
called it.
I think I mentioned before on the podcast. I used to live in Orlando, and so there was an open casting call, and I thought I was born to be Aladdin. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Ready? Wait, ready? Abu!
That's hey.
I pretty much thought Aladdin was here with us.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
watching
That's
can
not Aladdin.
show you the.
Whoa.
Abu.
Nailed it.
Bum 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 bum.
My God.
Yeah, nailed it.
My
Is
God,
there-
right?
Do we have any old footage of this, Chris? Come on, somewhere.
I don't know. Well,
Somewhere.
I think this is before video cameras, but I definitely have the audio track.
My guy just goes, what in the...
Whoa.
Whoa, let's go.
That was great.
I like it.
Not allowed in
This
here.
can't be my bit this hour, but it's fine.
It is now.
Yeah, we just
My
nailed
coffee ran out way too early in the show.
It
Just
sure
want to throw
did.
that out for everybody.
It. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not Aladdin. I'm here. So didn't work out for me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Hey, real quick before we keep going, somebody called my phone, which means that stopped recording. So I'm gonna go hit record on that camera and then on my phone.
That was really
Stop.
sly. That was really
Whenever
sly
somebody-
how you just like stuck that in. there.
Slide into that DM roll.
That's all right.
Oh, fun fact.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
just
yeah, I
testing.
love this.
Better.
Just
Did-
testing.
Yeah.
Now we know.
I got
The
it.
more you know.
The more I know. Another
You got it?
Right?
You got
All
it?
right.
Okay.
Hashtag Aladdin.
All right.
Great.
All right.
I mean, I think having that third camera on made all the difference in the...
Clearly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm not going to get
Yeah, sure.
walled. All right.
What was that show with
Oh,
Corey
you're
and
just- oh, you're
Topanga?
just trying to get
I
up now?
googled
What was
phrases
that?
that include the word world.
What was that 90s sitcom with Corey and Topanga? Boy Meets.
Walled. All right. We're having
Yeah.
a good time.
Oh, gosh. I tell you, after that Waffle House, I feel pretty dead to the...
Walled. All right. We can't make this a sound bit. All right. Wow. We're way off notes here.
Hey, no, don't worry about it. We got all the time in
Not
the...
laughing at you.
Okay. All right, world. Tell me a little bit about. Have you guys ever flown first? I know you have. Have you guys ever flown first class?
You don't count the big comfy seat at the front of Spirit, so no.
I have, and I'm gonna do a throwback.
03?
A throwback air trip. Probably, the first time...
Come on. You know you want
The
to.
first time I flew was
Somewhere
like...
around 2000.
was somewhere around 2003. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was
2003,
somewhere...
2003, y'all.
Hot year.
2003.
It might actually been 04, but either
It might
way...
be the
way, we're
center
gonna
of the
say 03 for the
universe.
fun of it.
It might be the center
Are
of the
you ready for
universe.
this? Are you ready for this throwback name in the world of air trips?
Yeah.
My first time in first class, probably the only time maybe that I could think of in first class so far, because I know I have one coming up.
Oh, okay.
AirTran.
AirTran. I thought you were going to say Continental.
Based in Atlanta.
They're out. They're out of
They're
business
out.
now. Yeah.
Yes, as I said, it's a throwback.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were based in Atlanta.
Yeah,
My
they were.
first flight was that I ever flew. I was early 20s. I flew to Dallas from Atlanta. It was my
First class.
I flew first class because AirTran, which was reserved seats, right? You could walk up day of, and if there were first class seats available, you could upgrade for $40.
You do that at Southwest now.
Wow.
Like you get to the A1 through 15. Similar.
I was like, Southwest does not have first class. Let's just calm down
I
for a
mean,
second.
they call them A1 through 15.
It's still not first class. There's no curtain. I'm talking about curtains, wider seats, complimentary beverages, the whole nine.
Yeah, we had one of those. Yeah, Dustin and I are
that's
taking a
first
trip.
class.
Dustin and I are taking a trip in April,
Yes.
and I just said, "Hey, man, on the way back, we're going Southwest down, but we're flying back.
We're flying. I think
American?
I think it's American, so I'm not checking anything.
There's very few things that go through Odessa, Texas, and so we're flying back. And I said, "Hey, man, they've
Probably a
got
true story.
some really fancy seats available, and we're gonna get them."
Yeah, I love that.
so-
Odessa. Shout out.
Yeah,
Odessa.
shout out Odessa, Texas. We'll be out there in
man.
April.
Yeah.
So she give us a shout.
Mid-Texas.
Yeah.
First class, yeah.
AirTran.
The first flight I ever had, I flew by myself as a child, as a minor. I flew from here. You go. Right,
Unaccompanied.
yeah, you ready for this? I'm going to blow your brain with where I went. You ready? I went from Baltimore, Maryland to Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I flew by myself.
Okay.
From Baltimore to Nashville.
What were you doing?
I had
a long way to hitchhike.
My uncle worked for Black and Decker.
I don't know why that's funny.
I don't know either. Yeah,
I think it's just the way you said Black.
You didn't
and
say
Decker.
Black and Deckle.
haven't even got to
work for
the,
Black
haven't
and
even got to the punchline yet.
Black and Decker is like one word.
Yeah, it is.
Uncle works for
Black
Black
and
and
Decker.
Decker.
And we were flying down there to see him. They just moved down there, and we went down there to see him.
But you went to go see him by yourself.
I did. My mom was already down there, and so I was flying to my mother, who was already in Nashville with my uncle.
Gotcha.
So I flew by myself from Baltimore down. My first class experience, and only first class experience at this point. We were bumped in a plane, bumped up to first class.
Right.
Not
Not like a comedian trying to make it on a late night show.
Yeah, just got bumped. No, it was my wife and I and our firstborn, who was only a couple months old at the time. So I'm sure all the business first class people hated when they watched me and her and a baby walk.
Oh, there's
up
nothing
there.
worse than watching an infant walk onto a plane.
That is one of
Nothing
the
worse.
ultimate air
Mostly because
etiquette
infants
debates.
don't walk.
Can you
And
bring
if
a
I
baby
saw
to
one
first class?
walking onto a
It's
plane,
right
I'd
up
be
there with
freaked
can you recline your seat?
I'll be honest with you. They did not like it because that kid cried the entire trip
That's awesome.
from
Yikes.
Dallas to
Here's the
Greenville.
thing, though. So what I've learned is, personal experience, I've never paid for a first class. Most of the people in first class are just
Wow.
there because they
Caleb,
have
this
status
is
and
why
they get
people
bumped.
Bougie.
don't like people like
Right? Exactly. It's not, they're not paying anymore. It's just they
Right.
live on Delta planes. And Delta, have we said we love Delta yet?
We
Delta
love
takes
Delta.
care of us.
Hashtag Delta. This episode is actually
is for
sponsored
you.
by Delta.
Delta. I've only flown first class 100 times. But
Hashtag Delta. I got to write down.
The best one
Here we go.
was the first time I was in Delta One, which is their international flights or their big planes that go all across the U.S. Delta One is the first class where you have your own little cabin, your own lay down seat. It's like they give you, it's like
Are we
you
getting
know,
that
your
for our South
butler,
Africa trip
all
together?
that stuff.
Is that
Yes, that's happened on all of our mission trips because we clearly have the budget for that. But the worst was the first time we flew. One of the first times I flew first class, I didn't buy it, but I saved up miles for it, and it was on our honeymoon to Kauai. Like, save up all these miles. I'm like, on one way, we're gonna do it. So we do it. We get on this plane. It's obvious as I'm walking on, this has got to be top 10 oldest planes in the Delta fleet.
boy.
So we get on, and it was first class, but like it was kind of a big old broken lazy boy. No TV,
Yikes.
no Wi-Fi. It was one of the biggest flying letdowns.
Oh, boy.
of my life.
I love.
But it's gotten better since.
I told Caleb this in privacy.
Delta One is
That looks
Wow.
amazing. That looks a lot like the
Yeah.
first class I want to go on, which is Emirates first class.
Yes.
Which just you sure you guys seen like the TikTok videos
Emeritus?
stuff like that.
Emeritus?
Emirates.
Emirates? I thought it was pronounced emeritus.
Emirates. Yeah, my friend's dad is a pilot for Emirates, and so I'm hoping to
Sometimes the
score
same.
that at some point. But Emirates first class looks
Oh yeah,
unreal.
it's definitely a step. Like Delta One is a step below the ultimate international first classes of the best airlines out there. But if you're ever in the States, I've gotten lucky and gotten in Delta One on a couple flights to Vegas. Where it was upgrades,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like even for 3-4 hours, like being able to lay down, having a screen that's like this big, the food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, ice cream bar, ice
Oh,
cream bar.
God.
Come on now.
baby.
This is
Yeah,
Come
there
on
it
now.
is. Yeah, there's
Look at
first
this.
class Emirates. That's it right
Wow.
there.
I mean, my
And that's the
goodness.
move.
I think the Pope flies with you in first
Blissful
class.
music.
everywhere, so-
What do we got
Or
here?
actually,
Yeah,
probably
just
be the
wait.
Pope.
Look at this.
Oh
you get your
my
own custom
gosh.
little
Look,
cabin.
what is this?
Yeah.
Look at that.
The Polar Express?
No one disturbs you unless you
Unless
want
you
to be
want to be
disturbed. Look at that. You got
disturbed.
your own little
Good
mini bar down
night,
here.
y'all.
Yeah, this is different.
This is
You get like
is
a
a different
robe.
level.
You get a robe and slippers.
I mean, at this
What?
point, well, you might as well just travel. Like, you might as well just have your own, like,
You might as well just
private jet.
vacation on the plane.
yeah, I mean,
Don't get
yeah,
off the plane. Just
This
take
is-
a
Go
this
vacation
anywhere
is
you're going.
vacation.
on the plane.
this is it right
This
here.
is amazing.
Yeah, I'm hoping one day to
Unreal.
get up there. I mean, that just looks amazing. That just looks so fun. Yeah.
Good
Oh,
grief.
she gets her own little Bose headphones.
Wow.
Are they both?
I bet she has a cool accent.
Shout out
Yeah,
Dr.
find
Dre.
Oh, no,
No,
I don't
not
think they're
Bose.
Bose. They're
Wow.
not.
My
I didn't care where I'm
goodness, y'all.
going.
Look at
Pretty.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Can
I
we
forgot
take
you-
one of
look at
those
that food.
to
What
Madison,
is
Wisconsin?
happening?
They have a
Look at
full
this
bar.
guy. What is this? Like
Yeah.
a train?
Hey, Dustin, as
Do you
you
remember
watch that,
trains?
is Southwest still your
Oh,
airline
I
of
would
choice, or
totally
do you
take
have
a
a new
train
favorite,
trip.
buddy?
Oh, it's still.
And
I
this
can't
is
afford
air
this.
trips, but
I've
Still
never,
sound-
I've
nobody
never
can
been on a
afford
train.
that.
This chick
I've
can.
never had. Yeah.
She's
Hey,
paid to be there.
You're
She's
for
not
the
actually
podcast.
flying
I
it.
think we're gonna be able to afford it. I have a
We
feeling.
just took
Wow.
a
I
have a
whole
feeling.
day in the life.
Wow.
Okay,
This is-
well,
Oh, they
can't
do have
watch
their own shower too. Yeah, yeah.
that.
What?
Are you for real?
Oh, you can shower on the plane, and everything. Yeah.
That's pretty baller.
Wow.
So you can get off the plane feeling great.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty incredible.
my goodness.
I've had a couple friends fly and not invite me, and fly and take pictures of it. So I'll get there one day. I'll
Yeah.
get there one day.
World's
class
best
experience.
first class of 2020
Yeah.
seems appropriate when
Yeah.
everybody
Well,
was.
nobody flew in 2020.
Wow.
So
Well,
There you
What a
go.
dump.
everybody
I flew a
was
lot actually in 2020.
Everybody was
you
social
did?
distancing, and this
Yeah,
is like
that
your
was
own
your
pod.
big
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would have
could
voted
see.
it best too.
Sure.
Yeah, I love it. One day we'll get there. What about what kind of hacks do you
I
guys
need
do
to
when you guys are
reevaluate
traveling?
things.
Yeah.
What
So-
are your go-to hacks?
Number one,
help us get better.
anything you can, if you can avoid shoelaces, I say avoid them.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Anything you can slip on, off. I'm not really big on baggage claims, although I've got a baggage claim story in my back pocket if you're ready
love
for
it.
it
Yeah,
later.
let's do it, man.
But I try to typically take whatever I can. If I can do a carry-on, I'm gonna do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Between a carry-on and a personal item, I ain't got time for baggage claim. So that's for me it's a hack because you can just walk in, check it on your phone. You got your boarding pass right there on your
Yep.
good old device, and got to talk to nobody, headphones in. We have established we're avoiding laces, so you slip your shoes off, slip them back on. Lots of pockets are good, like a
Yeah.
jacket with lots of pockets or a hoodie or
Yeah, I don't like
lots
to
of
weigh down my
pockets.
pants.
Layers.
I like to
You
put it
dress
in-
in layers.
Dress
Because
in
you
layers,
never know
yeah.
what the temperature is going to
Yeah,
be.
you're
I'm
right.
always warm, so
The
Yeah.
empty water bottle, it just said, is huge.
a
You go
big
through and
win
fill it
there.
up.
Yeah.
When it comes to on the plane,
a picture of your parking.
exit row seats.
That's just,
exit row
Exit row.
seats.
So here's the thing: a lot of
Just in
people
case,
now
yeah.
pay the extra for like economy comfort, so you get a little more room sit up front. Exit row seats, you pay less than economy comfort. You get more leg room than economy comfort. You don't get free alcoholic beverages,
Yeah.
but many don't care anyway.
yeah, you can exit row.
So exit
Cannot
row,
drink an exit
yeah,
row. You need to be
big fan of the exit
sharp,
row seats at all
just in case.
costs. Exit row aisle, and you might have a much better flight.
Although
experience
jokes
than
on them
everyone else.
because I feel like most people would be much more friendly. Wouldn't
It's
they
true.
be?
Get one or two in them.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that.
I'll say- I
sure, I'll
said-
help you out.
I
Yeah.
sat in exit row. There's an older gentleman sitting next to me, and then they walk through there. I need a verbal yes. That you're gonna help whatever.
Yeah.
So it's me and
What a
another person
commitment.
and the older guy, and they said, you go yes. They get to him. He goes, yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, he'll help me. I was like, that's
Wow.
not what they're looking for, buddy.
Yeah.
They need you
What?
to say
Great.
yes.
Can we talk about that commitment
I love
level
the
of
honesty,
that?
though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
That's great.
As an Enneagram 7, it's hard for me
They
to
don't
say
even.
no.
They don't even.
So
ask
even
you
if
to
I
sign
don't want to
anything.
say yes, I'm going to
True.
say yes.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for that.
Yeah. Well, you're
Not-
putting everybody's lives in your hands.
I'm not the guy you want
at
in the
that
exit
point.
seat. I'm
Yeah.
just not. Can we talk about that? I'm not the guy. I
get
love
it.
you, but I'm going to freak out in that moment. And I'm a recovering narcissist, so I'm going to take care of me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you gotta
Me.
put the door down. You're gonna get your little floaty, and you're gonna jump.
I'm
going
going to surf out. Like
Yeah.
the Power Rangers in the Power Rangers movie.
Into-
You
I
know, they
respect
glide
that.
out.
Yeah, I
Can we
respect
post a
that.
clip of the Power
I love. You guys are familiar with the
Amazing.
the old aisle row. I like to sit in the aisle. I don't like to feel like I can't get out. That doesn't make me
Yeah.
happy. So I like to sit in the aisle row.
Claustrophobic.
What's that?
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just I like to be in control. That's my issue. So compulsiveness. So I realized a few years ago that you can actually raise that because you can raise the center one on this arm, but this one it always was you can't pull the armrest
Yeah.
up. But there's a little tab underneath it. You can actually push it and pull that whole arm up, and then you can just get a
I could see.
I was a whole lot bigger at that point, so I was
I could
enjoying
see
that.
one of us trying that, and we just next thing you know, we're parachuting down.
It'd be great. That's the ejection button. Yeah.
Yeah.
To your point on the
all
aisle,
the masks.
He goes,
just
no,
drop.
just
Yeah.
you gotta press
Sorry
hard.
about that, guys.
Just no, it's
South
gonna
Africa
resist
trip,
a little bit to begin with,
every
but
one
then
of
just
us, rather than us taking a block of seats,
Yeah.
every one of us has I got every one of us an aisle seat, so we're across the aisle from each other. Aisles.
Oh
aisles.
my
Can't beat
gosh.
an aisle seat, baby. It's the best.
I love a good aisle seat, man.
Especially a
Outside
long
of
flight.
and they've stopped. You know what I've loved about the aisle seats? Now I used to not like the aisle seats because they roll the cart through and like, excuse me, boom, they nail you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I hate you.
Always.
But now they just walk the aisle. Now they just walk, calm down. And they have their little paddle. What can I get you a drink?
Oh, you're talking
now
about
the aisle
Southwest.
seat is a bigger win.
Talking about Southwest.
It is
Oh,
big,
do they still
yeah.
push?
Oh, yeah.
Delta still knocks you in the elbows and the knees.
Absolutely.
Praise God for Southwest. Southwest hashtag. That's not hashtag. Hashtag.
Yeah,
What is
what
hashtag?
is- house-
It's I heard
It's not
Texas.
right.
There's something about
It's like
Texas.
it's like the pound
Texas.
key.
it's the old
Yeah.
pound key.
It's the old pound key.
The
All
old
right.
pound
Yeah,
key.
that's good stuff. Tell me
Hashtag
about
pound
let's talk about like horror stories. Now I feel like you've got a baggage claim story for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mine's not as bad
like
as
that we
yours. I
have
know
our
the one
notes
that
right
you're
there
going
on
to
the screen.
tell. Mine is probably Sarah and I were on our way back from an anniversary trip to Phoenix, Arizona. We went out there for the Phoenix Open golf tournament,
Oh, yeah,
PGA,
nice.
PGA Tour.
Oh, sweet.
Incredible tournament. It's known as the loudest tournament in golf because the
Oh,
16th,
they've got the stadium hole.
The
Yeah.
16th hole is the stadium hole. It's a par 3. It's completely enclosed in with a stadium, and you boo a pro golfer if they miss the green from the tee. If they miss the green from the tee, you boo them.
Tiger Woods, hole in one, 1997.
Yeah, we the day that I was
three.
there,
Wow.
Sarah and I were there on the first day of the tournament, and we saw Phil Mickelson miss the green, and everybody booed him. So,
That's amazing.
but
Wow.
yeah, it's a good time. It's incredible experience. Anyway, we were on our way back from that, and probably some of the worst turbulence of my life. And my wife was crying, and it was
fun.
the kind of turbulence where it literally jumps you, it puts you out of your seat. Like our bottoms were coming up off the seat, just like that. That's how bad it was. That was the worst. That's the worst plane experience I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
That's awful.
Wow, that's crazy. Boo, Jack Nicholson.
Not Jack. That's an actor.
What's his name?
Bill.
Bill.
Willis.
Whatever. Sports.
Hashtag
Boo,
Jack
Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Hashtag sports.
There's
I don't know.
There's Jack Nicholas, but he played golf a long time ago.
Anyway, I don't
He's
know.
still kicking.
Sports. Love
Here's
sports.
Johnny.
Shout out, Jack.
Here's Johnny.
What a great movie.
So we actually were flying back from Sydney, Australia, and so we got the worst. Like it was the worst flight
Way back from
situation
Phoenix.
ever.
He goes, nah, we was down under, mate, and
Yeah. It was the whole thing.
you back on Emeritus? What is it called? Emirates?
Yeah, well, no.
Emirates?
So we flew Air China, which there's really. Let me just. I'll give you two
That
stories
feels
in
off
one.
brand for Australia.
Yeah. Well, we got a bad deal. So we
He goes-
booked
he
last
goes, "We
minute
ordered the
to get
fish, and
there.
They brought us the steak. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
Well, so first off, when they serve you on Air China, it's not chicken or pork, right? It's poultry or seafood delight. So what they're doing there is they're not specifically naming because it could be any. Poultry is very broad
Yeah.
for me. Seafood very broad. Is it shrimp? Is it crab? Is it Nemo?
It's
I don't
cat.
know.
Is it Nemo?
It's cat is
So-
what it is.
Is it
I
Nemo?
mean, so I was a vegetarian that trip. I ate a lot of white rice on the plane. But so we're flying back, and we had so many layovers. But the initial layover we had once we got back to America was we landed at LaGuardia in New York. We had to fly out of JFK.
Oh, that's
Not good.
that's bad.
It's brutal. So,
Yep.
the flight package, whatever you call it, included a shuttle from LaGuardia to JFK. It was just the worst situation ever. I did not think I was going to make it. I thought it was a sham. I thought there's no way this is for real. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting on a bus out of an airport to go to another airport. It's this whole thing. But the silver lining was it took us right to Times Square, so we got to just kind of look
Oh,
out our window
cool.
at Times Square.
Yeah,
So,
maybe a little tourist.
so between the seafood delight and the sketchy bus rides,
Seafood
it was
delight.
pretty horrific.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something I won't ever do in my life. It's something called seafood delight. I promise you that.
Hashtag seafood delight.
Hashtag seafood
Hashtag
delight.
seafood delight.
I'll
Yeah.
go back to turbulence.
Hey, man.
So, had a project in Sacramento one time from Madison, and we flew.
Shout
through
out Madison.
We flew through Salt Lake City.
Yeah, go
Wait a
Packers.
second.
Go Packers, baby.
Madison, Wisconsin. That's where the Packers are, right? Yeah.
Go Packers.
So we get to
Go
Salt
Pack,
Lake
go.
City,
Go Pack, go.
and we look out, and my thought is, there's no way that's our plane. Okay. So this looks like, remember Raiders of the Lost Ark, like where you spin the propeller to get the way?
Yeah.
That's what this looks like. This plane held 14 people.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And this is our hopper. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get out of Salt Lake City. You're flying over the Rockies, and we hit the worst turbulence
The Rockies.
I've ever. I mean, it's
John
like
Denver.
you're
It's the
describing, right?
Rockies.
We're bouncing all over.
Yes.
So here's the thing. I'm in the last row on the right. Across from me is a kid who's probably, I don't know why he's by himself. He's like, you know how I'm picturing Sandlot?
Yeah. The
The
catcher?
the big boy?
Yeah.
What's
the
his name?
catcher. Yeah. Oh man.
You know, the great Bambi.
Yeah.
His whatchamacallit
Doppelganger.
Yes, is sitting across from me. We start hitting the turbulence, and he looks across at me. Yes,
There
him.
he is.
That's
Patrick
basically
Maxwell
it's
Marino.
basically like a
Marino.
2013 version
But
of him.
in the movie, it's Ham Porter.
Ham, yeah, him.
Yeah,
Ham. Yeah.
So Ham looks at me across as we're bouncing, and
Ham
the look
looks
on
at
his face, I look at him
Wait.
and I'm like,
Wait, it was like this?
no. Yeah, listen.
You play
Was it,
ball like
like
a
pretty close?
girl.
I look at him and I'm like,
Was it
no,
like
dude,
this?
that's not the look I want to see right now. And
Oh, boy.
then, and then he starts to do this, projectile vomited.
Yep, that's the
I
worst.
was really glad
Oh,
to be to
yeah.
his right and not in front of him.
That's
the worst.
Just so the combination of the projectile vomit and the turbulence.
Wow.
That's
have
the
it on
worst one
Puddle
I can
Jumper.
remember.
Puddle jumpers are.
That's the worst I can remember.
We had a lady check our bags, and then I looked on the like the little, you know, what do you call it, the runway, and she was directing. Like, I mean, that's how small.
Did you guys hear about the guy in Alabama that got sucked into a plane like a month ago?
This way.
What?
So check it out. About a month ago, there was a worker, one of the maintenance guys, whatever, ground crew, one of the ground crew, and he didn't listen to a warning when they turned the engines on a plane, and he got sucked into the engine.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
Yikes.
terrible.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
I
worst.
feel like I bring you really downer. Sorry
Yeah,
about
you
that.
That's
do.
the worst.
You
Yeah.
do.
New
Onward
show,
and upward.
Debbie Downer.
Onward
It's a
and
regular
upward.
Wednesday Adams over there.
Yeah, I did. I'll tell you the worst
Great
airport.
show.
The worst airport that I do not enjoy going through at all is LAX, because we flew to Hawaii and we went through LAX, and you have to when you deplane, we had to leave. We're staying like we're flying from LAX back to Greenville, but it didn't matter. We had to get out, go back through security again because we had to leave the terminal, go to another terminal, and go in to go to another plane. I just feel like that's the most ridiculous setup. Like if I go through
Yeah.
security, if I'm coming off a plane, I shouldn't have to get my things and go to another plane.
That's gross.
Yeah.
So stupid. But we did a good puddle
Feels
jumper
the same, like,
going down. I feel like one time
I
what's
feel
going
like
to
I'm
happen is
getting turbulence over here.
the springs are going to go down, and you're going to just that is just going to
When you were telling the
not
turbulence
that
story, you didn't
heavy.
know this, but you were reliving it, and we were just watching you go lower.
go lower and lower.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, my worst airport story though.
Here we go.
Dustin knows this.
This is a
story.
good one.
It's you guys, I think you guys all, maybe you guys don't know this story. But there are a few things you're not supposed to do in an airport. If you guys didn't know that
Couple.
already,
There's a
couple of things you should
Couple
do.
rules.
The whole list.
I've
Couple
had
things.
the privilege of flying private. I didn't have to worry about that when I did that. I just could walk through, and you'd have to talk to anybody. You just walk through, get on the plane, go on. But when you're flying normal, like everybody else, commercial
Commoners,
with the
as we
common
are called.
folk, when you're flying Southwest or Delta, you get to go through security. And I'm a fairly social guy. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy having, hey, how's your day? What's going on? And so I'm just chatting up this lady. My brother and I are flying from Baltimore, so out of BWI, to Greenville, South Carolina. And so we travel light. We always did. We're college kids at the time. And so we just had our backpacks, a couple clothes, some food. We were fine. And get to the airport. We're going through the gate. I'm just chatting up with this lady. Sends our bag through. She goes, hey, I'm going to have to send your bag back through. Something's pinged. I don't know what it is, but we got to send it back through again. All right. So they send it back through. They send it back through 4 more times. My brother's like, look, I'm going to go to the bathroom. You just get this baggage thing checked out, and we're going to head down the plane. It's like 10-4. So I said, look, we're not early. I'm not an early plane. I'm not an early riser to get to the plane. I like to literally be walking to the gate as they're saying your section is now boarding. I don't like to sit. I don't like to hang out. I don't like to be there. I want to literally walk onto the plane, sit down, plane takes off, plane lands, I walk off. And so we're cutting it close. And so she goes, I need to put it through another time. So I said, look, gotta hurry up. Just open up the bag if you have to. I don't care. She takes the bag. She goes over. She goes, we'll just open it up. We'll get you on the plane. I said, all right, 10-4. So she walks over. I said, I totally forgot that I had shoved some things on the top side of my book bag. And so I just told her, I was like, hey, be careful when you open that up. It's going to explode out onto you. A couple things you shouldn't say in an airport.
Yep.
One of those is the word explode.
Wow. Yeah.
And so within a matter of seconds, she reaches down, she goes, we've got one. And I'm up against the glass. They're patting me down. They're saying, where is the detonator? Where is the detonator? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. My brother walks out of the bathroom.
This is great.
He looks at me and
Probably
goes,
not at the
and just walks the other way.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, this is fine. He's having a good time. He was trying to go catch the plane to let them know, like, hey, my brother was arrested. So I'm in handcuffs. The state troopers standing there next to me, and he's writing me a citation or whatever. And he goes, you know how stupid you are? I said, I'm finding out really quickly.
Wow.
It's dawning on me
Yeah,
right now.
I'm beginning to realize just how dumb I could be. That was my worst story.
Dad always said it. Never believed it.
Never believed it.
That's a good story.
Wow.
Yeah, never believed it. Yeah, it's a fun story.
So good.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You probably
That
enjoy
is-
it more now.
I do enjoy it more now. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole other bit that goes along with that, but that's for another day. We'll talk about trials. But
Wow.
when the case inevitably went to trial.
Wow. Judge Judy.
Yeah,
on
we
the
did.
next
It
episode.
was on TV.
I
It
flew
was
to
a
Bolivia.
whole
That was
thing.
my puddle jumper story was in Bolivia. We were going into the jungles of Bolivia to do some philanthropy. No, we were on a mission trip, and
some philanthropy.
and we flew out of Miami down to La Paz, and La Paz to Cochabamba, and then that flight from La Paz, which is the capital, to Cochabamba, is one of those like.
How he knows all this but doesn't know Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guy's been to Cochabamba,
Yeah.
but not Missouri.
It's a good
He's
time,
headlining the Coca Cabana.
yeah. So we get onto the plane.
Coco
I have
Bongo.
a clue what he just
we get-
said. I'm gonna need you to interpret.
Yeah. We get onto the plane at La Bamba. Oh, no, now I'm saying
La Bamba.
Yeah, Alabama.
at La
we have a
Paz
great
to
lunch
fly to
special.
Cochabamba.
Place,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
is it
Bamba.
the song by Richie Valens, right?
And we were dancing. We were doing the
Both
little
of
song.
those are
great.
So we get in there, but it's one of those. It's got tape on the side. It's a rough flight in. We took that flight, then took a road trip to hark back to last week.
Heart back.
This is the Anaconda country.
Yeah, Anaconda story, and we took the plane. We land on the plane. We get our stuff. We hop on the back of a truck, and they
Lord.
drive us for a few hours
This is-
to the edge of the. This is driving.
Yeah.
Very windy roads, and we get off, and then they go walk, and so we.
Not a direction, not a time
No,
limit.
just
not
walk.
this is how far. Just
Yeah.
walk.
Follow that guy. Walk.
Very Aaron Weber of them.
Yeah,
Enough.
Shout out Aaron Weber, Nickname Podcast. So
First time listening.
first time listening. Yeah. So here's the thing: we walk down to the riverbed, and there is a boat, but it's not a real boat. It's just logs that they're tied up together. We stand on top of those, and we float down this river. And they say, "Hey, just be careful, don't fall out, because this river is infested with piranhas."
Piranhas.
Wow.
And I have never been more terrified in my life.
Wow.
Man,
wow.
the worst. If you just prefaced somebody with saying one of my worst air trip stories,
Air trip.
Air
Good
trip
job, by
stories.
the way.
one of my worst air trip stories ends near a body of water with piranhas.
Yeah.
I immediately think you went down.
Yeah.
That's how
I'm,
it all
just,
goes
I'm
down.
trying to help you tell a better story next time.
We did go down.
Yeah.
We did go down. I remember
He's
like it
here
was
today.
yesterday.
He didn't go down. I didn't become Aladdin. Here we are.
Yeah,
we are.
we all
We're
made
back
it.
here.
This is what we're stuck with now.
You guys have any weird
God's
quirks
plan.
on planes?
Weird
Like
what?
anything weird
Don't.
that you do like on a plane to like
weird quirks.
like you sit down and, like, this is your
I
thing?
try to hold hands with whoever's sitting next to me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, okay,
That was weird.
all right, never sit next to Johnny on a plane.
No, weird quirks.
I try to get wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get
I got
wide
you.
because I don't want anybody sitting next to me. I do. I set my stuff
you try
down.
to be as
Here's-
portly as possible.
Yes. Here's what I don't do. I
Just
don't.
wide out.
I don't put my carry-on bag in the middle seat
No, don't
because
do that.
there's something about flight attendants where they have like, I don't know if they have like a little, they get zapped every time
They do.
somebody puts something that's not a human on a seat or something like that. But the second I do that, they're like, sir,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't put that there, sir.
Don't put it
Under
there.
all bags stowed
Yeah.
under and safely in the seat. I get it. I know it's
know.
not my first flight. I know. I just sit down so I could sit down and then anyway. So I don't even do it. So I put that before I even sit down. I just go up underneath it, and then I just get there and I just go.
I love this.
I try to look as large and in charge as possible. Because let
love
me
this.
tell you, there's two things that people don't want to sit next to on a plane. Number one is a baby. Number two is a fat dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at
so
one point in my
use
life,
it
I
to
had
my
both.
advantage.
I was 100 pounds heavier.
And a baby?
I had a baby.
Oh, I thought you were a 100-pound baby is what you're saying.
I have seen a
Surprised they
100
didn't
Wow.
throw you out the exit door
Yeah,
of the
they were
plane.
immediately like,
They
sir,
made
you
it
have
in the
everything
exit,
nobody
yeah.
wants. We're going to
Right.
need you to walk out the
Wow.
door.
Yeah, there's a cargo room for you.
There's actually, if you can store yourself down with the luggage,
Yeah.
business folk don't want to be around
Listen,
you. Yeah,
business
yeah.
class is taking a vote, and you're heading below.
You're actually going out. I don't know
heading- you're
why
heading
my
down.
body reacts this way, but whenever I get on a plane and we're about to take off,
Doze.
I fall
Me
asleep.
too.
Really, I love
Immediately
that.
fall asleep.
So this is kind of a hack and a quirk with the whole getting wide thing. Never make eye contact with people that are getting onto the plane.
Oh, sure.
I never do that.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
say, you
100%.
know,
Because if you
I
lock
make
eyes
eye
with them,
contact.
then nope. Because then they go.
Because they go,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
they give you hope.
You
they
make
give you
eye
the hopeful look.
contact with the skinny people.
Yeah, the hopeful look.
If
Yeah.
Johnny,
Hopeful
if
look
Johnny
here.
B's walking on the plane, I'm going, hey, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, man.
well.
When I'm single, cute girl walking on, I'm like, hey, girl.
No,
You know what I mean?
I'd
we
rather
talk to
I
people on
sti-
planes?
I'm not single anymore. I
I'd
don't
still
like
rather
girls.
Try
have
to avoid it.
no one sitting next to me
Except that one time.
versus a skinny person sitting next to me. It doesn't matter how big or little they
Yeah,
are.
but if they
absolutely.
say,
I don't
if you get
want-
on the plane and they say this is a full flight,
Yes.
I'm looking at every skinny person that, and I'm going,
I tell you
I'm
something?
small and you are small.
Can I
Come
tell you
be
something right
small
now?
with me.
9 out of the last 10 full flights I was on, I had no one sitting next to me.
Okay.
Wow.
Respect.
I was gonna say that amazing
Somebody,
moment in life.
somebody walked on, looked down the aisle, and went,
Like, nah.
turned around and
well,
walked off
that's
the
true.
plane.
Nope. we're
No,
good.
I'm telling you, when they say it's a full flight, they may have sold it out,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
not everybody's there.
Not everybody showed up. But when you get a whole row to yourself, that's like
that's
Christmas.
king.
That's great.
That's the
That's
best day.
it's
What do
Best
you
day
want?
of your
I
life.
mean, you know,
It's
what more could you ask for?
Emirates?
Yes.
You're really struggling with this one airline.
What is it, Emirates?
Emirates is the name
I
of the
said
airline.
Emirates that time.
Emirates.
Well,
You
you were
I said- I said Emiratis.
Emiratis.
Don't mess with
Where
him.
you want to
He's
go
from-
for lunch, Emiratis?
Don't mess with him. He's from that Emiratis gang.
Emirates. The fun thing about Emirates is you always fly through Dubai because that's where they're based out of.
Wow.
I'll just stay on the plane. I'm good.
It's a good time. Yeah, I always fall asleep when we take off. I always fall asleep when we're landing. It's like the pilot says it, and I go,
can't.
well, I guess this is time to nap. I don't know what it
I
is.
cannot
Do you
sleep on
stay
a plane.
asleep though? Because I stay. So that's I sit down and doze off until we're in the air, and then I wake up and I'm ready to go.
Oh
which
yeah,
is
I
terrible,
won't
which
stay
is
awake.
terrible.
Yeah, once the little ding comes on, like you can now open up your devices.
What's your longest flight you ever been on? Without like one from point A to point, not a connecting,
Yeah.
just like a segment. What was the longest segment?
Just one time on the
One
plane.
segment on a plane.
I'd probably say here to Dubai, DC to Dubai. Was that like 12, 13 hours?
Wow, how was that?
Miserable.
Yeah. Was it overnight?
Uh-huh.
And you sleep and you take off, and so you sleep for 12 hours.
No, we you sleep for like an hour or two here or there because you're in regular seats. Well, I was in first class, unfortunately. So in that flight, you're just you're sleeping as best you can, but it's pretty
Yeah.
miserable. Actually that flight when I was flying to Dubai, I made friends with the stewardesses,
Flight attendants.
flight attendants. Is that what they're called now?
Stewardesses. Well, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
Oh, got it.
We
Flight
feel like it
attendants.
canceled.
We love
Yeah,
our flight
sorry,
attendants.
hashtag
Thank you for
flight
watching the
attendant.
program.
I made friends with the flight attendants, and they brought me food down from first class.
I love it.
Which is like pretty much me sitting first class. I felt like it, you know.
That's great.
Without all the convenience of it.
Longest one.
Yeah.
It would be in the teens hours to Southeast Asia when I was a kid. I don't remember exactly, but we would do Indianapolis to Chicago or Detroit. And initially, we'd always do like Portland, which was Delta Sub or Northwest Sub, and then we'd go. But there were some straight from Detroit or Chicago all the way to like Tokyo before we go down to Taiwan.
Do you remember that?
I remember pieces of it, but not the full experience. I remember a lot of cards. We played a lot of free cards as kids back then. I remember, this is the great stuff about flying in the 80s, the smoking sections on planes, which was this, literally,
doing a
you
lot of smoking
open
in
the
the-
blanket
doing a lot
and
of
it's just,
smoking in the 80s?
it
Yeah.
was just absolutely
I
terrible.
can't imagine that.
incredible.
I don't
but
know
I
that
can't-
world.
Yeah.
You know.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I've never known that world.
I don't
Crazy.
remember.
I've known smoking in restaurant world.
Yeah, I remember smoking
Smoking
I remember
in
restaurant.
second and
planes.
smoking in the car with
Well,
my
and then they
with my
banned it
dad.
here,
Yeah.
but then on international flights, you could do it. And the thing is, on a 15-hour flight, like, yeah, it starts out, it's just if you have to go to the lavatory in the back, you smell it. But then by the time you land, like, it's all, I mean, it's a plane.
Yeah.
How well can
Yeah.
you hide the smoke?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
You say
Open up a window.
You say lavatory or laboratory?
I say lavatory, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's
it's
Dexter's
laboratory.
laboratory.
Laboratory
lava-
makes sense if you're talking about a lab,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but the lavatory is where you go to the bathroom.
But we'll be 14 and a half hours to Johannesburg in about a month.
Okay.
I think it's 15.
Maybe 15?
Yeah, it's 15.
So,
Dude,
yeah.
My longest one was about 7-ish hours.
Wow.
Philadelphia to Rome.
Love it.
That was my last
Nice.
Yeah, Rome, Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you
Philadelphia,
proposed,
Rome,
right?
Georgia.
Yeah, yeah.
Rome,
Shout
Georgia
out
is where I
Rome,
engaged.
Georgia.
By the Chick-fil-A.
Never get the city of lights.
Rome, Italy.
The city of fountains.
City of Fountains.
City of fountains. Rome, Georgia. City of fountains.
I love a good callback. 16 hours.
16 hours.
16 hours from Houston to Beijing.
Oh, nice.
Lots of seafood delights were served.
Well, so when you went to Australia, how did you? That wasn't a longer flight. Where'd you fly? Did you go to like England first? Or something?
Yeah. Well, no, we went from Houston to Beijing, which was 16 hours, and then from Beijing to Sydney, which I think was another 12.
That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I don't
the
know.
worst.
It's not close.
Chicago
It's
to
not very
Hawaii.
close by.
I don't know what that flight is. That flight's not longer than that, right?
What is it? Chicago, Hawaii?
Chicago to
way,
Hawaii?
way,
It's a
way
shorter
shorter.
flight,
Yeah, it's
right?
probably you probably hit
7-8 hours.
Hawaii 2/3 of the way to Japan, China, maybe even the lower half.
Yeah, that's the only other a super long flight I remember.
Atlanta to Honolulu direct
About 9.5
is
hours.
about 10 and a half.
To Honolulu.
Yeah.
9.5 hours.
I've done like Charlotte to what's the one in England?
London.
Yeah. What's that? Heathrow.
Heathrow.
Okay.
Heathrow Airport.
Oh, I take it back. Mine wasn't Philly to Rome. It was on the way back when we flew from Rome to Munich, and then Munich to Chicago. That was the longest. That was like 8.5 hours.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, international travel terrifies me
It's
because you cross the pond. You know, as soon as you cross that pond and you get a few hundred miles out there, you realize
Most of them these
this is
days,
it.
hardly ever spend a whole lot of time over water though. Like a lot of them will go kind of like up and around that kind of situation.
So do a little map. ATL to Johannesburg or Johannesburg?
Johannesburg.
And look at the route of this bad boy. I think we are over water
most of the trip.
98% of the time on this
It's
flight.
pretty brutal. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, yeah, that'll do it.
Look
We're
at that.
literally
That is a little
going
you know, when you think about that.
entirely over water.
Wow.
We might have to not do
Cheap
this trip.
flights. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
Just
But it's
block it
nonstop,
out.
baby. One flight.
Can you swim?
One flight and done.
You
I
just-
mean, it doesn't matter at that
Yeah.
point. You are if you drop right there.
Yeah. If it ends, it ends.
That's
Wow.
it.
That's
Look
where
at
we are.
that trip.
That's where we are, folks.
We did DC to Dubai, Dubai to Johannesburg.
Yeah, see,
and
why
that was
wouldn't you
brutal.
not like just kind of? This seems like you're almost trying to avoid land at this point. Like, why not just go kind of like down through here, hit some of this continent right here, and then come around. Boom,
Yeah,
right there.
those straight shots save on, believe this, gas. You can get there a lot quicker going in a
I
straight
mean, I
line.
get it, but it just seems safer. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe
I
I
don't
guess it's
either.
probably. I
I
probably.
mean, if you're going down, you're going down.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this.
I'd
would
rather
you-
crash in water. I think.
You think?
Yeah, like
I mean,
Tom
you got-
Hanks.
you got
Tom Hanks
sharks, you
nailed
got-
that landing.
You got
Yeah.
sharks.
I mean,
you got
and-
The only thing
temperature.
is, if you do survive it, the route we're going, we're not going to survive it, even if we
No.
survive it.
Well, you won't survive You won't survive when they come get you, but they'll find you at least.
But you got sharks. There's temperature. There's you're wet. There's all kinds of. You got no land. Just you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm really,
there's
really
a lot
excited about
happening
this
there.
flight now, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it first. You're doing it in March. I'm doing it in June.
I'm
Let's do it.
trying. I wish I could go, but it doesn't look like it's gonna work out.
One
Yeah.
day.
It's fine.
It's a good time.
All right. What else we got?
Yeah.
that it?
I think. Yeah. Unless you guys got anything else. Anything else you guys want to share? Yeah.
Celebrity sightings.
Oh,
at
yeah.
airports?
This is a good one. We were
yeah.
talking about this at lunch.
Yeah,
This is weird because I feel like you guys were talking about like seeing people. I've never witnessed a real celebrity at an airport before.
Yeah, well,
At an airport?
if you
I-
travel with me, no, I'm
I've
kidding.
never had one in an airport. Mine have always been like restaurants and coffee
Okay.
shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I was always running to.
Any celebrity sightings at airport?
No.
He's not allowed to talk about it.
Kevin Hart is probably the biggest one.
Really?
well,
Wow, that
biggest
is
one would probably
huge.
be. I mean, that's
Atlanta. And we were on
He's
the
kinda
same
small.
plane.
in stature.
Really?
that's statue.
First class, Delta?
First class
Delta One? Yeah.
Several years ago.
I've
Do
seen
you, say,
several.
do you tell Kevin to tell you a joke? Tell me. I like when you go up to a
Tell me a
comedian.
joke there, funny
Hey,
man.
man,
You walk
you
up to
gotta,
comedians like, hey
you
man,
got
tell
a
me a
joke?
joke if you're a comedian. That was
doesn't
a
really
great
work
bit.
that way.
Yeah.
Most of the others for me have been professional athletes or more than that, retired professional athletes because there's somebody based in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I've had a few
Yeah.
flights. I was right next to, literally, he was my seatmate, Bruce Bowen, San Antonio Spurs, if any of you
Really?
pay
Yeah.
attention to basketball.
Wow.
And he did a cool move I've not seen before, which is he had a zip-up hoodie. And the moment we took off, put the hoodie up, he had some way to zip it up where you couldn't see anything, and he literally never left the cocoon until we landed. He was in the cocoon,
Wow.
and then off
Yeah,
the
Bruce
plane.
Bowen.
Bruce Bowen.
6'7".
He's tall. He's
I
very
need
tall.
a cocoon.
6'7".
Yeah.
Wow.
But no,
I'd
I've
say
got,
he was a nice guy, but it's just because we didn't talk to each other, so I have no idea he was a nice guy. or not.
well, you know,
I
at
I
least
love
he
it.
wasn't
At
me.
6'7",
He wasn't rude.
a small forward.
Small, well, just tiny forward.
That's something.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
If he's 6'7" and 200 pounds, my personal dimensions are skewed somehow. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
Did he do Dustin's move? The
get wide.
The get wide.
Yeah, at that height, you don't want to. I mean, you're just feeling bad for that guy.
I mean, it's
Planes
so
are not
thin
built
too
for
that
it.
you just need the leg room. Like,
Full circle.
this
Get
way.
wide was the name of my
Come on.
basketball motivational tape that I recorded.
Come on,
a few
baby.
years
Believe
ago.
it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all about defense.
Were you on this flight with me when that basketball team walked on? I don't remember. No, we were coming back from Maryland in January. We were flying back from Baltimore. You weren't on this one, but we walked on. The last people to board the plane was a basketball team, like a AAU team from Atlanta, and they had to like duck to walk down.
Wow.
I'm like, that's miserable.
Yeah.
Being that tall, you should. I mean,
Speaking of tall, we just saw a 7-foot tall comedian.
that's true.
What was his name again?
7 foot tall.
7-foot tall comedian. I'll
Wow.
just Google that.
Yeah.
Trying
anyway.
to be. I feel like you have
He
some
did-
He's got
celebrities
plenty
in
of
the
space.
wings. Come on, baby.
He did
Just
this
like
episode. Anyway, go
a
ahead.
lot.
Yeah.
No, so
It's easy when you live in LA like that.
yeah,
You see them all over the place.
It was shocking. You know, I was telling him at lunch. Out of all the celebrities I've seen in airports, I never saw a celebrity in LA.
It's Liam Williams.
But
Yeah.
I think that was because most of the time I was flying Spirit. You know what I mean? And so they're not really there. But
Wait, you mean? Hold on. You're telling me that celebrities don't fly Spirit Airlines?
I mean, not A-listers anyway.
Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I don't know. But I was flying out of Atlanta, and I saw Evander Holyfield on the plane train. And I was telling them,
Pre-bite, post-bite.
post-bite. I was trying not to stare
That's a good question.
at his ears. But Evander, if you're watching, I love you.
I'll show you.
And so, but we kind of made eye contact, and he kind of gave me this look like, I know you know who I am, but don't say anything.
Right.
And the look was kind of like
What
this.
was it?
Hold on, you gotta do it in the camera. Do it in the
Yeah.
camera right here. This
Right-
one
right
right
there,
here.
right
This
there.
one right here. There it is.
And you said,
So
I'll
I-
say what I want to say.
So I
Johnny B goes.
Yeah, I just I kind
Your
of
secret safe with me, sir.
Yeah.
secret safe with me. And,
Got it.
you know, and you're just trying to like take that
I wish I could have been there.
photo.
Me too.
But my most recent, I guess, somewhat celebrity encounter. We were flying from Atlanta to LA, and some backstory. I used to work for this church, and we brought in some evangelists who happened to be the parents of Katy Perry. Shout out, California girls, you're unforgettable. And anyway, true story. Her parents.
I love it. I love it. We just shout out a song right
Anyway.
now.
No, that's great because last episode I shouted out Carolina girls when we
Yeah.
were talking about beach
Oh, we're
music.
just running through it. At this
We
point.
just got all the girls coast to
All
coast.
Coast to
girls.
coast. But
Coast
so
to coast
yeah, her
girls.
parents are evangelists, and so
Only 4 times.
I saw them. I think it was early flight, 6 a.m. flight out of Atlanta to LA. And this wasn't Spirit. I think it was Delta. And I saw him. We were getting coffee and breakfast, and I saw him. But I was like, there's no way he remembers me. So I go and I sit down, and I'm drinking my coffee, and he walks over. He goes, "Hey, I know you." And we start kind of having this conversation. He doesn't sound like that, but
Hey,
He goes, "Ah,
I
there,
know
partner.
you.
Hey,
I believe
so,
I remember your
I know
face.
you, boy.
reckon me and you done encountered one
I
another
remember
before.
you, boy.
Reckon
And
you
so,
remember me?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say too much, but we made some small talk, but nothing crazy. We took a picture because he wanted me to send that photo to our mutual friend, our pastor friend, and so that was it. I thought it was done. And Keith Hudson, there he is. And so we get off at the plane. This is my one baggage claim story. We get off the plane in LA. We're at the baggage claim, and he walks over and he hands me his business card, which I promise you is made out of what's that?
Vibranium?
Vibranium.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing,
gold.
bro, this is bulletproof. It's the heaviest, most solid
That guy
business
looks-
card.
That guy looks.
He's ready.
The part. Look at
Oh
that
man,
guy.
Wowzers.
Keith, please don't be watching this. And so anyway,
This picture with
so
him in the
he,
red is killing
yeah,
me.
he,
It's
they're,
killing me.
I mean, yeah, there it is.
Love it.
That's. I feel like I'm looking at myself years from now.
I
I
agree.
can see it.
I
dude.
can
I
see
can
that.
see it.
Anyway, so
Can't
he,
even read that.
walks
bro.
over
Get
to
a
me.
better website.
yeah, baggage claim.
Easy.
It's crazy.
So you're in baggage claim.
Baggage claim, Vibranium business card, and he says, "Hey, I'm having a 70th birthday party. Katie's throwing the whole thing. I want you to come. It's tomorrow night." And so me and Adley were like, "Sure." It's in Santa Monica. He said, "We're turning 70. It's a 70s theme. You have to dress up." And so we're like, okay. So we go to this Goodwill or thrift store. We buy what we believe. I'll send pictures. What we believe is 70s attire, and we show up in Santa Monica, not realizing what we were about to step into. This was like the who's who of church celebrities, plus Katy Perry and her colorful entourage. So it's kind of a mix, you know. I mean, just watch a Katy Perry music video.
Yeah, a very weird
it was
conglomeration.
a weird conglomeration, and Katy was emceeing this whole thing, and so she realizes there's a bunch of church people in the room, and so she's, what seems to be her best behavior. But it was just this whole experience, and I've got so many videos. I was that creeper guy, like.
Getting all
But
the
here's
videos.
real quick. Did you and Katie
And
chat?
then so I wanted to say hello to Katie. I didn't have the courage. I don't know what was I gonna say. What?
Hey, girl.
Maybe you're a firework. I don't know.
Love your song.
You're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no. I don't know what I was gonna say.
You just gonna quote all of her lyrics to her?
I was
Is that
gonna
what
quote.
you- yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. That's the only two ones I know. You make me
We're-
feel like a
we're,
teenage dream. I don't know
we're-
where
oh,
we're
no.
going with this.
Yeah, we're
but
running a lot of Roar in our house
Roar,
right now.
I can see that.
Can't
Anyway,
do that.
but my wife, she's the real gangster. She's the OG. She don't care who you are. She walks up to Katie like a boss. They had a conversation. They take a selfie, and I'm just in the corner like trembling. Like I'm like, this is Katy Perry. I don't know why I get that way. I mean, me and Nick. I mean, we're cool. I
Best
don't know
friends.
why.
Hashtag Nick Jonas.
Hashtag. You know,
Amen.
I don't know why, but I froze in this moment. I really did. I don't know what it was. But my wife and it was cool. And then
Wow.
the next year she's on American Idol, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is wild.
Yeah.
Keith's on American Idol. It's crazy. So.
I didn't know
But
Katy
yeah.
was American Idol.
Yeah, she's a current
She's
judge.
judging.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah.
meant like a contestant.
No.
Yeah, but she's very pleasant from what I could tell from 10 feet away.
She's been great.
That's as close as I got. But it was what an experience it was.
She's a great host, or a
This
great
is
judge.
pre-Orlando Bloom.
Bloom.
That one, yeah.
He's not a, he's
Prime
not a house
Russell
ruler.
Brand.
He might be. I don't know.
It's cool.
He might be a big cleaner. That's
Are we
an
wearing the
incredible
same
story.
glasses? Anyway.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think you guys are pretty much twins, and from what I can see, you
Yeah.
and Keith are pretty much
Twinning.
identical twins, which I love.
That's how I see it going.
Which I love. Well, that's man, what a crazy story. So I don't know if you guys saw or if you guys have ever had anything stolen at the airport. Anybody had anything?
No, I had
My
lost
joy?
luggage
kidding.
for about a day and a half when we on the Philadelphia to Rome flight.
Yeah.
I had none of my luggage for the first 36 hours when
That's
I got
incredible.
there, which was interesting because I was proposing, but luckily I had the ring on me.
Ooh, yeah. I would have kept that ring close. No.
Yeah.
I don't ever pack
Good
that.
move.
Yeah, you don't ever pack that.
I've never really had any luggage I fly Delta. They take care of people.
There it is.
There
There it is.
One more
What's that
plug.
like?
There it
That's a
is.
thing. People,
One more plug for
people
Delta.
experience that. Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it.
So what I'm going to take
Thank you,
away from
Delta.
this today is don't say exploding
Yeah,
in any kind of context.
That's important.
it's
Yeah.
important.
Talk to every celebrity at baggage claim because you might get invited to a birthday
You
party.
never know when
Yep.
you're gonna. You never know when
Never
they
know.
might just say,
And-
"Come on."
Get wide.
Get wide.
Get wide.
Get
Get
wide.
wide.
Get
baby.
wide. Hashtag.
Hashtag get wide.
Get wide.
It's fine.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah,
Get
it's
wide.
fine. Get
Get
wide.
wide.
It is.
Get wide.
Get
That feels
wide.
like the next Tyler Perry movie. That feels like where he's going
does.
next. You know what I mean?
Or like
You know what I
the
mean?
next Katy Perry song.
Or the next Katy Perry song.
Wait,
Hey,
no,
Ki-
no.
Who knows? Who knows? She's talking about making more friends. Get wide. All right.
Yep. That's it, folks.
That's all, folks.
Before it goes down.
That's how we should end this episode today.
That's all.
Hey, listen. This is great. Johnny, thanks for always.
Given this is our first record 2 episodes in one day
Yeah.
effort,
We did okay.
I think we didn't crash and burn as hard as we could have.
We'll be okay.
Like this
Yeah,
is-
we'll be
this
back
is
to
You know,
normal.
things you don't want
I'm
to happen in
hurting.
a
I'm not gonna lie
plane.
to you. I gotta go get some rest.
Crash and burn.
Yeah,
my left knee no longer works.
Yeah.
yeah, we did great, guys. I'm
Left knee, right knee, phalange. Friends, season finale, airport, planes.
Wow, brought it all full circle. Hey
you
guys,
go.
thanks so much for watching the Bingeworthy podcast. Like,
know.
share,
I don't know what
subscribe
just
if you like the podcast. Thanks so much.
Which is, Chris, one of the best podcasts in the
World.
Where can
Go
you
on.
find? Where can you find it on Instagram?
You can find it all over the world. You can find it on Instagram at the Bingeworthy Pod.
At the Bingeworthy Pod.
Yep, you can find us on
It's
YouTube
at the Johnny B,
at
at the
the
Chris
Johnny B,
Comstock.
at Chris Comstock, at the Chris Comstock.
At
Story
the
for another
Chris
day.
Comstock, Yep. At Dustin P.
At Dustin Pede.
And then yours
Yeah,
is a
they-
weird
come on.
handle.
at Dad Ate the Leftovers.
Daddy
At
Leftovers.
Daddy the
Yay,
Leftovers.
there
I
it
love it.
is.
It's my
Yeah,
favorite.
number 8. No, you're A to E. That 8, like A to E.
Correct.
Like 7, 8, 9?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, check us out. Send us a message. Listen if you have something else to cover. Other than that, we love you guys. Have a great week.
Thanks.
That's the best one.
I don't-